Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, and the topic of this 10-minute moan is an outrageous example of two-tier judiciary, where the sentence handed out for a man who was dressed as a cop and fired at a cop is absolutely ridiculous. Now, this story is about a man called Harry Mann, H-A-R-I-M-A-N-N. He's 25, and he was jumping about Leicester. First of all, went into a car park and pulled out a handgun. By the time the police armed response were there, he had what looked like a semi-automatic rifle in his hands, which he opened fire at. This was firing blanks. They then went to his house. They found proper handguns and lots of paraphernalia to suggest that he was impersonating cops more. They then found two cars at the address, one a Ford Focus, another one a Ford Mustang, both with blue lights, etc., which would allow him to pretend he was a cop. Now, when you put all that together and you imagine how much someone could be sentenced to for even one of those things, firing blanks at cops, dressed as a cop, handgun in his house, paraphernalia pretending to be cop, and two cars which could pass as cop cars, he got the sentence of 3 years. Now, forgive me for having a memory, but when you think back to other crimes committed last year, and by the way, his crime was committed in June last year, and that's him just getting sentenced today, whereas other people doing a lot less that summer were getting expedited through courts within days, getting told to plead guilty and given crazy sentences for tweets and even watching people. Somebody get I think get more than that for sending a video online of violence. And this guy points a gun at armed police, lets off rounds, but with the grace of God, they were blanks. Now, how that man managed to actually point a gun at armed police, by the way, and not get his head taken clean off, beggars belief. But the fact that he's been given 3 years is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, these cops, I mean, they're being applauded for not killing the guy, right? And I think that's just good fortune and good luck rather than maybe by design. And I dare say it, but if he didn't look the way he did, would his head have been clean off? Did the cops pause for any reason? Which turned out actually the right thing, but I can't figure out the consequences running up to that, to why the first cop that he pointed a gun at, who was an armed cop, didn't return fire. And now he goes to court after all that and gets 3 years. Now that means he'll get out in approximately 18 months under normal circumstances, when they get half tariffs for good behaviour for crimes under 4 years old. But if you remember what's happened recently, we've been letting criminals out after 40% of the tariff for good behaviour because our jails are full of people that have been putting tweets out, right? So this guy, what's that, 36 months, might do, 13, 14 months? Am I right? Is my maths, my mental arithmetic still all right? So he could be out before summer 2026 for letting rounds off at armed police, for having paraphernalia that would pretend he's a copper, and having a handgun in his house, which I'm kind of guessing wasn't registered and wasn't legal, because why would you have a handgun in your house? You would think that alone would get you a sentence of more than 3 years in the UK. It certainly probably would if you were at a Tommy Robinson march and pulled out what looked like a semi-automatic rifle and started firing at cops. I'm kind of thinking you'd probably be A, dead, or B, banged up for well over 10 years. That's my guesstimate. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Give me your comments below. These will be good, right? But most importantly of all, as long as you're not the type of person that gets a 3-year sentence for shooting at coppers, no you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.